Hi, my name is Priyanka Jai Patel and I am a sound healing practitioner.
Thank you, Priyanka, for joining us on our show, The Professional Circuit. My first question to you is, what is sound therapy and what does a sound therapist do?
I'll start with the second question so that you understand what sound therapy is. A sound therapist's responsibility is to create an ambience with sounds where our clients come, surrender to heal themselves. Of course, they heal their ache and pain. That does happen, but that happens in a process.
What are the types of sound therapy?
When you talk about sound therapy is sound therapy. There is no two different variety or different types of sound therapy. But if I have to subset the instruments, then we use sound healing instruments like singing bowls, then we use gongs, then we use tuning forks. Shamanics use drums. We use our own voice as well. So there is no different type of sound therapy, but there are different sound healing instruments that are used in a sound therapy session. And it completely depends on the practitioner, that what he or she would like to use in his session. I essentially use singing bowls and gongs. Bowls कांसे के बने हुए हैं. कांसा हमारे कल्चर से बहुत जुड़ा हुआ है. Kasa helps take care of the pitta prakriti, the blood circulation. It is a detoxifier. तो कांसे में तो हम खाना भी खाते हैं. Tuning forks I essentially use to work on aches and pains. Okay, so once I finish my sound healing work, the internalization of the sound and the breathing work, I would then use a tuning fork on the acupressure points to work on their sinus or migraine or whatever ache and pain, the localized ache and pain that we are talking about. Chimes is something that I would prefer using. I do have a bar chime as well. So these are the chimes that I would additionally use either in the beginning of a sound bath, just to prepare my participants to go into a sound bath or to wake them up out of a sound bath.
What is sound therapy used for and how does sound healing work?
12-13 years back when I started sound healing was never limited to an experience. There was a purpose, there was a meaning. Every sound bath experience was intentional. People would not walk in to experience sound bath or a sound therapy session. They came with an intention to work on their stress, to work on their hypertension, to work on their diabetes, to work on lifestyle diseases, to work on their emotional imbalances, and to work on their mental health concerns, if at all any. Versus today, we understand that it has become an experience and people simply consider it to be an experience. However, even when they come here only and only to experience sound therapy, they do realize that sound therapy is therapeutic as well as meditative. So they do experience a shift in their own breath, in their own emotional states. They do find a difference from the way they walked in and what happened when they were lying down on their mats versus what happened when they start leaving this space. Majority of our clients today, after a couple of sessions, one strong feedback that we hear from everyone is that they are seeing improvement in their sleeping habits. So they have started sleeping better. They wake up fresh. They operate from a lot of clarity. They've seen tremendous change in their thinking pattern. They say that there's no chatter here, and we are now able to think clearly.
Is sound therapy different from music therapy?
म्यूज़िक थेरेपी में राग यूज़ होते हैं, म्यूज़िक थेरेपी में स्वर यूज़ होते हैं, म्यूज़िक थेरेपी में स्पेसिफिक राग को सुनना होता है टू वर्क ऑन योर फिजिकल मेंटल हेल्थ कंसर्न्स. हाउएवर साउंड थेरेपी में कोई स्पेसिफिक प्रोटोकॉल नहीं होता. वी डू नॉट यूज़ अ स्पेसिफिक इंस्ट्रूमेंट टू क्योर और हील अ स्पेसिफिक एलिमेंट. वी फोकस ऑन द साउंड. We focus on internalizing that sound, and we focus on silence. And silence is a very important part when it comes to experiencing sounds. क्योंकि silence के बिना आप sound experience नहीं कर सकते. What we believe in is that everything is sound. This entire universe owes its existence to sound. So, is there a difference between music therapy and sound therapy? The answer is yes and no.
What are the technical and musical skills required to become a sound therapist?
Sound therapy is conducted in two ways. Either on one-on-one basis, where we are working on a client to help him heal his or her specific issue, or in a group setup. Facilitate a group sound healing session. One doesn't need a musical skill, but one does need a sonic skill. A sound healing practitioner should and must know the sound of each and every instrument. And how would that particular instrument sound in a studio setup like this, considering the acoustics? Or how would that instrument sound if they are mic'd? Or how would these instruments sound if the sound bath is facilitated in an outdoor space? We pick the cues from the previous instrument to then go on to the next one. So there is no set protocol when it comes to facilitating the sound bath. It's intuitive, and this intuition is developed by listening. We are engaged and involved with our instruments, with our setup. And we are one with our instruments and one with our sound in that moment. So that is a sonic skill that a sound healing practitioner should always focus on. Musical skill. In Western countries, sound baths are also conducted as concerts. And majority of the sound healing practitioners abroad are musicians as well. So they already have that musical skill where they go by the notes and the frequencies on their instruments. And that's how they play a harmonic series. They play a symphony on their sound healing instruments. So the way sound baths are conducted here in India versus the way they are conducted anywhere outside is different. The approach is different. The experience is different. The intent and the purpose is very, very different.
Could you explain a bit on the approach factor?
Sure. It's a performance. It's not a sound healing session. The focus is more on playing different instruments and creating a sound bath, versus the focus here is not to have too many instruments, but to focus on the sound part of it. 2 years back, I was in France facilitating a sound bath at one of the museums. This is what I got to know from the participants there, that they have never experienced sound bath like this before. So I had to understand what did they actually mean. What is it that was different from, because the same instruments were used. The only difference was the difference in the facilitator. And that's when they said that we have always experienced it on a physical level. We've never felt sound going deep within us. We've never felt sound and the vibrations feeling inside our body. We've never seen our emotions upsurge. We've never felt emotional during a sound bath. The whole idea of sound healing is to give a channel to those emotions that have been suppressed over a period of time. When you internalize the sound of an instrument, you will be able to connect with the sound that is within you and give it a channel and give it a movement. So this is actually the difference from what we experience here in India versus what probably happens there, and that's the approach.
How does sound therapy heal physically and mentally?
We never work on the physical problem directly. Sound healing is not SOS कि आपको सर दर्द हो रहा है, मैंने sound healing किया और आप ठीक हो गए. It's not as simple as that. There's always an associated emotion to your physical concern. Stress से stimulate होता है, कई बार एंग्जाइटी होती है, कई बार इनसिक्योरिटीज़ होती हैं, कई बार बहुत सारे ऐसे इमोशंस होते हैं जिन्हें हमने पकड़ करके रखा है. We are holding on to those emotions. Maybe because I didn't know I could simply release them or let go of them. I'm also not aware that I'm holding on to those. क्योंकि those have been hidden or those have been suppressed. So the sound healing actually works on our emotions to bring a relief or healing on our physical level.
How is a sound therapy session conducted and how long does a session last?
One-on-one session are when we want to work on client-specific issues. There's a little conversation that we have. It has nothing to do with counseling, but there's a little conversation that we have where I try to understand where the client is coming from, what exactly is going on within him. Based on the answers and the intervention and the kind that and whatever that I've heard from him or her, will we continue into a session. In a one-on-one session, the bowls or the tuning forks, whatever that I want to use in that particular session, are used on and off the body. Versus in a sound bath session, the bowls are always off the body and it's a general session for a group of people. When I conduct it in a studio space, I limit my participants to not more than 10, at the max to 12.
How does sound therapy affect mood?
When you start working with a singing bowl, first thing that you will notice is the reduction in the thoughts. Later, you will see how your breath deepens. Thereby, you will see that you're not holding on to anything that you're feeling inside you. So, वो emotions को आप channel दे रहे हो. Ultimately, you will experience silence. So, you're not thinking, you're not emoting, you're not expressing. You are in a complete non-doing state. Why? Because when you are in a non-doing state, you don't react, you don't respond, you only observe. तब आपके अंदर जो movement हो रही है, आपको समझ आती है. So that's how your mood changes. Because you're not in control, you automatically surrender.
How does sound therapy affect brain waves?
The sound of the singing bowls slows down our brain wave. तो क्या हो रहा है? When we are talking to each other right now, we are very aware, we are alert, we are conscious. So our brain wave is at beta. जैसे जैसे हम relax होते हैं, our brain wave alters from beta into alpha. Our deep sleep state is where our brain wave is at theta. जब आप इसके beyond जाते हो, एक deep meditative state में जाते हो, that's when our brain wave is at delta or gamma. Now that depends on each individual. उनके meditative capacity, their willingness to heal, the way they are able to surrender. तो काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें matter करती हैं, right? तो वो स्टेट में पहुंचना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम एक स्थिरता महसूस कर पाएँ, एक स्टिलनेस महसूस कर पाएँ, सो दैट हमारे सिस्टम को एक रीसेट सेटिंग्स में आप डाल दो, सो दैट यू कैन रिस्टोर योर एनर्जी.
Can sound therapy be done online And if yes, how effective is it as compared to in-person healing?
A big no. Human touch, human connection matters.
Is sound therapy gaining popularity and consideration in today's world?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's not only gaining popularity, but it has now become a trend. Earlier, when I started, it was very difficult for me to explain people what sound therapy was. Even today, for that matter, when people come to our studio for experiencing sound baths, or when employees join during the corporate sessions, they still tell them that they are experiencing sound bath for the very first time. So even though it has become a trend, and even though people have started knowing about it through Instagram and through other social media platforms, yet it is still new to a lot of people. But there's a lot of acceptance. People are ready to try. The whole idea of wellness, I think, after COVID has changed.
Young professionals joining the field of sound therapy, what probably they can expect the future to be like?
If you pursue psychology, after which if you consider learning sound therapy, then I would definitely recommend. So sound therapy can be an adjuvant or an addition to your profession. A 2-day workshop is not going to make you a sound healer. Look for a course that has levels. Look for a course that will not limit you to the instruments. Look for a course where you can go in depth into the subject of sound. Look for a course where you can spend year long with your teacher. 2014 पुणे में मैंने एक कोर्स किया, 2 दिन का कोर्स था साउंड हीलिंग के ऊपर. तो तब तक मुझे भी सिर्फ हीलिंग मोडालिटी पता था. मेरे अंदर भी साउंड का कोई डेफिनेशन नहीं था. सो आई वॉज ऑल्सो रनिंग बिहाइंड द सिंगिंग बोल एंड द हीलिंग इफेक्ट ऑफ द सिंगिंग बोल. मैं साउंड को भूल चुकी थी. तो आई वॉज स्टिल फीलिंग इनकम्प्लीट. आई वॉज स्टिल रनिंग बिहाइंड collecting more singing bowls so that I can heal more people. 2015, I accidentally meet Chintan Dalal and Rivesh Vade in a writing workshop. I suddenly receive a call from him in September 2012, 12th September 2012. And we happened to talk, and I happened to tell him that, I still feel so stuck with these little bowls that I have, and I'm unable to do anything at all. And that's when my actual learning began. And he taught me, and he introduced me sound of a singing bowl, sound of the universe, sound as Naad. Universe owes its existence to Naad. तब जाके समझ आया कि मैं जब साउंड से ही डिस्कनेक्टेड थी तो सिंगिंग बोल्स की पढ़ाई कहाँ से होगी. बट आई हैव लर्नड इट फ्रॉम दोज हु टीच एवरीथिंग अबाउट साउंड, एंड आई एम स्टिल लर्निंग.
Where did you study sound therapy?
It's a long list. Indian Academy of Sound Healing, Wellness Vibe. Chintan is the core teacher. Sonic Theology with Mitch Noor. Art of Sound Healing or Physics of Sound Healing with Thomas from the US. Tuning Forks and the Physics of Tuning Forks with Jens from Germany. Sounds of Shiv, the Matrika chanting with late Shri Prasenjit ji. Gongs with Sanj. And currently, since 2023, I'm learning Drupad with Shilpa Shankar Narayan.
How much should one charge per session as they start their career in sound therapy? And how much should probably they charge later when they become professional in this field?
आज के मार्केट वैल्यू के हिसाब से it could be 800 or 1000 or 1200 maybe. I'm just thinking aloud. I charge 5000 per session today. Yeah.
This is for single
One session.
one session.
One session.
Per person.
Individual basis.
And
Individual
group
basis.
is
20. Today morning session was 2000.
right.
Plus taxes.
What keeps your passion fueled?
If not for sound therapy, I would have not been this confident. I can conduct sound healing session without sound healing instruments. How do I do that? We have our own voice. Do we use our voice wisely? Have we ever given ourselves a chance to listen to our own voice? Do we operate from our inner voices space? Majority of the clients who walk in have never heard their own voice. Even the physical voice that I'm talking about. जब आपके वॉइस में वो सच्चाई नहीं होती, वो वॉइस अलग आती है. When I'm saying सच्चाई, I'm not talking about the truthfulness and the honesty. I'm talking about you speaking from your idea, your perspective, your relationship with yourself, who you are. I'm talking about that inner voice. When you're afraid, when you're angry, when you're not confident, when there is any kind of emotional imbalance within you, आपकी आवाज़ बहुत अलग होगी.
What are the common mistakes a sound therapist can make in the start of their career?
हिंदी में अगर मैं कहूँ तो 2 दिन के वर्कशॉप के बाद जो अपनी दुकान खोल करके बैठ जाता है, वो सबसे बड़ी गलती है. You cannot facilitate a sound bath immediately after finishing your workshop unless you have seen that change in the inner frequency. You cannot facilitate any kind of session.
Can you share an overwhelming incident probably you had experienced while you were performing sound therapy, or probably something you must have learned, when you were practicing sound therapy, which probably you didn't experience when you were learning it?
ऐसी बहुत सारी चीज़ें पता है. एक बहुत कॉमन सी चीज़ है. When you're sitting there and when you're facilitating a session, sometimes there's that thought, have people really surrendered? Are they sleeping? Are they experiencing sound healing? And when they wake up and when they share their feedback and when they say that they feel deeply calm and then they feel peaceful and then they feel thoughtless, and that's when you are astonished that wasn't I only playing these instruments? What really happened between this and that? How did this even happen? So it's always overwhelming. It is always overwhelming. More than that, when participants do not want to come out of that silence and they just want to stay, is when you actually feel that, सही काम किया यार. For those women who come here and kind of feel that, oh my God, I can hear my heartbeat today. Okay, my job is done.
Right.
क्योंकि आप खुद के लिए सच में नहीं कर पाते हो. आप जो भी करते हो आप दूसरों के लिए करते हो, बट टेक्निकली आपको खुद को बहुत सुकून मिलता है, तो वो काम खुद के लिए ही हो जाता है.
What should young professionals make sure of in terms of skills or something that they should learn when they're getting into the field of sound therapy?
Every sound healing practitioner should and must learn Nad Yoga. Learning or practicing yoga is equally important. क्योंकि साउंड हीलिंग से अगर आपके इमोशंस पे मूवमेंट आ रही है, तो वो मूवमेंट को कॉन्शियसली मूव किस तरीके से कर पाओगे आप? योगा से. So for that conscious movement on your physical level, yoga is the key. Please don't run behind curating experiences, study our scriptures, go back to our guru, go back to our roots. There's a lot written about sounds from a very universal perspective. साइलेंस को समझो और साइलेंस को अपनाओ. जब तक आप साउंड को और साइलेंस को अपने भीतर नहीं उतारोगे, वो आपके सेशंस में रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं करेगा.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. It was a pleasure to have you on the professional circuit.
You're welcome, and thank you very much. And I hope that this little piece that we kind of sort of curated together helps the viewers as clients, as practitioners. And I hope people pursue sound healing. Forget about healing the world, but healing themselves.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.